Hey collective, how are you today? Good, I hope. I was supposed to go to work and I just, for some reason, did not make it in. I just could not get myself there in time. So I was like, oh, I'll just stay because I have a pretty busy day tomorrow. So I'm staying at home. So I thought I'd do a reading for you guys. I feel like there's some weird energy in the air. I have my candle, my guardian angel candle lit. Sometimes I say the prayer on here, which is Spirit Protector who always protects me, my loved ones, and my friends. Help me give guidance to those who assist me with solutions to my life's problems. Give comfort to my soul. Reveal to me what I must do tomorrow, and give strength and courage to my afflicted spirit. Make my problems disappear and restore my faith. Amen. So, hopefully you guys talk to your guardian angels and your spirit team because they are there to help you. I'm downstairs in my dining room today because I just was like, well, it's kind of quiet in my house. And so I was just going to see what's going on. So I'm just going to kind of see what comes out. Just start asking, like, what's the moon? I'm going to ask about the collective. So I'm going to make this a collective. Like, what is the collective, dealing with right now? Now, be forewarned, sometimes messages can come out, but because you're so highly connected to a counterpart or a twin flame or whoever, it can turn into kind of a reading for them because sometimes their soul can kind of take over the reading. So just be aware of that. If you're like, oh, that's not me, it could be someone you're really highly connected to. Okay, so the first card out is Eight of Swords in reverse. So I really like this new deck I have. I feel like you guys are in your head too much right now, but you're coming out of it. So like in the past, you maybe felt kind of trapped or felt like you didn't have enough, or you're worried about how you would handle certain things and resources or whatever. But because this was in reversed, you're seeing the light and you're realizing you can pull yourself out of these swords. You just have to walk away. It's not as bad and dire as the situation actually looks. Or maybe in your head, you've been so much in your head, collective, that you've made the situation way worse than it actually is by kind of like staying in your head and like not giving yourself like playing worst case scenarios, like, oh, what if this, what if this, what if that, and just questioning everything instead of just letting things flow, and maybe even creating problems that don't even exist yet in your head. So yeah, and I mean, like, because if you look at this lady, she's chained, but I mean, she can easily unchain herself. So when we talk about the Eight of Swords, we talk about someone feeling stuck, but they're not really stuck. So in the past, you might have felt stuck and it seemed very real to you, but you're coming out of that energy, okay? Because it's been reversed. I drop cards a lot. Okay. So you guys are coming out of some kind of mental prison, some kind of mental, what I call rumination, where you just keep going over and over things. Yeah, this is third party situation. So, sorry, my cuckoo clock is going to go off and sing a song. I don't know what song it sings at this hour because I'm usually not up at this hour down here. So, God only knows. But anyway, Three of Swords in reverse. So you guys were really in your head about their party situation. It was really upsetting you at one time, but now it's in reverse. So you're coming out of the situation. You're not heartbroken. This was a really bad betrayal. Maybe. So, whatever will be, will be. You know the song? The song was actually in, oh my gosh. Of course, I can't think of it. The Russian movie about the Bolsheviks. Will come to me. But it's a really good movie. It's one of my favorite of all times. Where they have like the snow. There's this beautiful blonde chick in it. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad at myself. It'll come to me. But yeah, but it's in other movies too. But that's just the movie I most remember it from. Que sera, sera, which is like, I think French, whatever will be. So baby, that's how you guys are. That is actually a sign. You guys used to be in your head. You were ruminating over this third party situation. And now you're saying, que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. What is that? How does that song go? The future's not ours to see. So it's like basically like giving things over to God and surrendering to destiny and fate and letting things work themselves out. So you guys have pulled yourself out of this situation, okay? Third party situations are not, have kept you really in your head. That's what Three of Swords is like, just feeling betrayed, backstabbed. You see these swords in this person's back. And it's like this person's hugging him, but at the same time stabbing him in the back. So it's maybe someone that you loved or you're really close to, someone you really cared about, really just destroyed you. They destroyed your faith. I think this is romantic. I don't think it's just romantic. I think this is family members. I think this is a lot of different people in your life who pretended to be in the loving energy were actually sticking swords in you, making you bleed. And these situations in the past would just have you ruminating and feeling like you didn't know how you could solve these problems. You didn't know if you had the tools at the time to handle it. You didn't even know if you had the tools to be on your own and to get yourself in a better place to where you could pull yourself out of these situations. But somehow or another, you have, because these are in reverse. And I'm going to assume it's God. Because I think God fixes everything for everyone, right? Yeah, Three of Cups. So you guys haven't felt like celebrating. You weren't feeling like celebrating. You weren't feeling like going out. I think the people around you just were constantly putting you in these third-party situations where you're always the third wheel. It's always kind of like that saying where they say always the bridesmaid, never the bride, even though that's just a saying. But it's like, you never get to be the main character in your own life. It always felt like there's always someone else in the way, or always someone else that you're having to share the crown with, or always someone else in the picture, or somebody else. And it's not always like in a love interest. It could be like just interference from like other coworkers, maybe taking your shine from you when you did like most of the work, or maybe family members, leaving you out or making you feel like you're the third wheel or you're not wanted. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different scenarios. It's not just like a love scenario, but you've always felt like there's been interference in all your relationships and interference with your happiness. So collective, you're coming out of that though. You're healing it. You're going from feeling stuck, feeling like a victim, and you're changing out of this victim mentality. And coming out of this victim mentality is helping you to get out of the situation where you just feel like there's always interference. Now, this also means maybe you don't feel like going out and partying, or you don't feel like celebrating, or you don't feel like you have something to celebrate. But there's always something to celebrate. So, but let's see what else comes out. I don't know why these are all in reverse. Maybe I just dropped the whole deck upstairs, so they should be in all different kinds of orders. Another one in reverse, Four of Swords in reverse. So yeah, so I think you guys have felt like you needed some rest. Maybe I think you guys are thinking you need to lay certain things to rest, or maybe I'm thinking too, collective, you need to get out more. You really do need to get out of your bed more. You need to, like me, actually make it to work. Don't just get all ready and be like, oh, I'm going to go to work now. I do it all the time. I'll get all ready and then I'll be like, I'm not going to go. So maybe you guys have been doing that. I think you've been getting a lot of rest. I think you guys may be resting too much. If you look at this girl, I just feel like she could maybe possibly use some more activity. But she's beautiful and all, but I'm just saying, maybe you guys need to get up more, move more, get out of your head, because see how she has that, that baton, that sword to her head. It's too much in your head. So you guys are learning how to get out of your head and how not to be feeling stuck and just feeling like you want to lay around so much. I think you guys are about to enter a season, and hopefully maybe with spring coming, I know this is a timeless reading, but I just feel like things are about to change for you. You're gonna get all this gloominess. Or maybe it's not even gloominess. I wouldn't say it's necessarily gloomy. It's just you just feeling like What's the point? Why go out and celebrate? I'm just, who am I going to meet? Do I even want to deal with it? Like, I think you guys think, like, every offer is, like, immature Page of Cups. Like, every love offer is, like, not. It's just, like, not something you really will. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like an offer of love. Or every time you do go out, it just doesn't feel like something that's on the right page for you. It just doesn't seem like it flows with you or something like that. But I do think there might be a new love offer coming, because Page of Cups talks about, young kind of. But I don't know. Maybe you guys feel like some of the people that you meet out are immature, or maybe that they just want you. But it's just the way she's kind of dressed scantily, but she is kind of covered, but so it's kind of like you guys don't want to feel objectified, maybe. You want to, like, people to actually, you want a mature love. It's basically like that song yesterday when we were at Easter. We were at Easter time with my kids, and that song, Sunday Kind of Love, came on. And my son loves Etta Jones. I think that's her name, Etta something. Anyway, and she's talking about she wants a Sunday kind of love. She doesn't want a Monday, Tuesday, Saturday night. She wants the Sunday morning love. So that's what this is telling me. And when it's not talking about love, it's just like you want to be more around mature people. You want to work with more mature people. You want maybe a job that's a little bit more elevated, you use your mind more, that doesn't seem so childish. Like, maybe you just feel like you're growing up, or you're maturing, you're growing out of certain people, places, things. You're growing out of certain jobs. You're growing out of certain, just even if it's people your age, it's like the maturity, the mentality, like the level of how they are thinking and what they're wanting. You're tired of being around like people who just want to betray and be fake and pretend and smile on your face and be while they're stabbing you in the back, or that want to put you in a mental prison and play mind games with you, not be clear, and just play all these immature games, and then you feel like they want you dressing like younger than your age. You just don't feel like you can be yourself, or it's just what I'm getting. But not just in a sexual way. It's just everything. It's like maybe you don't feel like you can truly express yourself in the mature way that you're feeling that you're growing. That's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know. I don't know, collective. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you want some changes in your life, and you're working on it, but yeah. So this is the Black New Moon, which is basically like the moon. And it's just sort of like, I see this as the moon. So it's just sort of like secrets, maybe illusions. Maybe you feel like a lot of people that you meet out aren't like their true selves. You don't feel like you can be your authentic self. Maybe you feel like people that you meet out aren't telling you the truth. Maybe you think that when you meet friends or you meet new people that they withhold things, or I don't know. And maybe you guys just are more night people than day people for sure. But I also feel like your spirit guides are very protective. Like, I think of these dogs as kind of like spirit team or like protection. So I do feel like you're really protected. And so maybe when you go out, it's hard for you to feel, or when you meet people or at your job or whatever it is you're doing in your life, you're protected. And it's like, you see these eyes, like they're watching to make sure that you don't repeat certain things from your past, and that you really, stay on course. And like and that you kind of like that you stay away from energy vampires, which you guys have been, I feel like in the past, things have been withheld from you. You've thought people were coming at you in a different way, not in this kind of energy. And so your spirit team is protecting you from energy vampires. And you see these people, like, they're all trying to get on this raft and, like, pull these dogs off. And these dogs are like, oh, heck no. So, yeah, I feel like some people this is kind of like people trying to hold you back or pull you back to that old place. Maybe some of the people don't like the new you. They liked the more immature Paige version of yourself. You know, and so some of you guys are just really trying to change who you're around because some people aren't understanding your growth and your spiritual, how you're transforming, okay? Yeah, King of Cups. So I do feel like there is an energy watching you. Someone who is, King of Cups is like someone who is, you know, sensitive, kind, a little bit more intuitive, king in the deck, more in his feelings, a little bit more emotional. It does look like he wants to pour his cup, although he is pouring into the ocean, but maybe someone is kind of getting feelings for you or has feelings for you and they don't know how to tell you. But there are sharks in these waters around this King of Cups in this particular card. So I think that tells you that this King of Cups, which also is like a Pisces, Scorpio, a Cancer, is kind of like King of Cups, but it's a water sign usually, very mature. I think this person has their eye on you. Now, if you're a man, it would be like a woman, you know, who is more intuitive and nurturing and, you know, someone who might like to drink a little bit, might like wine, might like going out, but not overly more in their feelings and emotions than concerned about money. Like they're actually more worried about love and connecting on a deeper level because cups are about love and connection. And I think this person can be emotional. I think they might be in their head about you a little bit. They might be feeling emotional, but they are in the upright, so that's good. There's fish. Fish represent, well, they can represent pregnancy. Maybe they wish they had a kid with you. Maybe they're thinking about having children with you. Or maybe they're just thinking about like a family with you, a life with you. But I do feel like they're surrounded by sharks right now. And this person, even though they might have feelings for you, even if it's a woman, whoever it is, this person that's this water, maybe a water sign, but who's very sort of like more loving, more sensitive, more emotional, deeper level thinking, more watery, not so much like more go with the flow, not like earth and fire, you know. But because I see these sharks on this person, it's like they can't get to you, because you see how it's like he wants to extend his cup out and his cup is overflowing and he has all these fish to share, but he's kind of isolated himself over here and he doesn't feel like he can get through these sharks. Or maybe he's this person who likes you, collective, or wants to connect with you. And a king is very mature compared to a page, right? A page is like a child, and a king is, you know, the highest besides the emperor. So this is a mature man or woman, because there is really no gender in tarot. But this is somebody who is very, you know, together, mature, wants to share, has their eye on you, but is surrounded by sharks, which tells me they don't feel like it's safe to come to you. Maybe they're afraid of all the people around them, what people would think, what their family would think. Maybe there's certain circumstances they're in where it just would not be emotionally safe for them right now to come to you, because the water represents their emotions and there's sharks in their water. So maybe there's some unhealed things in this person, like from the past, that they're just like afraid that if they come to you, it will bring issues into your relationship. Two of Wands, yeah. So it could be, when I think of Two of Wands, I mean, this one's a very interesting premonition because this guy has a strange look on his face. He's kind of looking, and he's kind of like throwing up this like magical ball and trying to figure out like which way do I want to go. So I felt like there's people who might want to come to you, collective, may want to be in your life, but they may not think they're mature enough. They may not be ready for a true, real commitment because they haven't chosen. There's two ways they can go here in Two of Wands. And this is a fire sign, is what Wands actually represent. This person's kind of in the desert. So they might be kind of in a dry spell in their life. They may be in between people. Maybe they're not dating very much, this person coming towards you. Or this could be you. You could be feeling like you're kind of in a dry spell with love, with work. You might feel kind of stuck, like your life is kind of stagnant. It's not really going anywhere, and you're like, should I go this way or should I go that way? Definitely have snakes around you because the snakes are around this person. And as you can see, they're up close to the throat chakra. So maybe there's some people trying to quiet you. Some very immature people around you who don't like the things that you're saying. Maybe some of the things that you're saying are revealing other people around you's immature snake-like behavior. And these snakes want to silence your throat chakra. That could be also what I'm getting here. I'm getting, you know, and the snake represents spirituality. So you're definitely intuitive. And you could possibly be a snake in Chinese zodiac, or you could be involved with a snake. Snakes are very intuitive, they're very intelligent, but they're very spiritual, and they're also very connected to the spirit world. So maybe this person, or maybe you are connecting more with the spirit world, and maybe it's bothering people, your spirituality, and you talking about it. And maybe the things that you're saying collective, even if you're not a tarot reader like me, but like you just give like knowledge or wisdom at your work, you know things, or you give opinions that maybe other people feel like you're like ratting them out, but you're not, but you're just speaking your truth, and your truth is exposing other people's like immaturity and childlike ways. Okay. So sometimes maybe you feel like alone and like just dry and in the desert alone because you're very enlightened, and some of the people around you feel threatened by your enlightenment and the things you say. Even when you're just talking in your normal, I feel like collective, even when you're just talking, being your normal self, just at dinner, or just at lunch, in the lunchroom, or just with colleagues, or just with relatives, or just with strangers, people know that you are a spiritually connected, very enlightened person. But for you, it might be hard to make connections, and you know, because of this, sometimes people come to you who really need the light, who need enlightenment, who need that spiritual guidance, who are like pages, and you feel very, you know, like, you have to help them because it's part of your life plan is to enlighten and to be a part of the occult and to connect people to divine and all those kinds of things. But at the same time, it's very taxing. It takes a lot out of you. So sometimes it puts you in this like just wanting to rest and be in bed and like not move because it takes a lot out of you, right? So I'm getting that too. But let's see. Yeah, I just feel like you guys just keep getting like really immature. There's another page. So it's like you just, except for this one king, and this could be you actually. You could be the king of cups, because mostly you just feel like you're getting a lot of immature people coming around you. People financially immature. And this guy has one pentacle and he's very good looking. So maybe you're like, well, this guy's good looking, but like, is this going to be somebody I could build with? Or this woman? I mean, it could be a man or a woman, but basically, I mean, they definitely have a chance to grow. When you think of a page of pentacle, it's like an opportunity. I mean, you look at this guy, he has a lot of green things to plant. He's got the pentacle. He can start. He's got his hat. He's ready to go to work. He looks like he's clean, ready to start. First day of work, right? So I feel like you guys maybe feel like you're kind of starting over in a lot of ways. Maybe you've had to financially start over because of situations from your past where you did get stuck here. And I think new financial opportunities are coming to you. I think it's just you guys are trying to figure out which direction you want to go with your life. So you're just feeling a little bit in your emotions, in your mind, and in your head. You do feel like you're surrounded by sharks, or maybe the people around you that you care about. You see like maybe your kids, you see the sharks around them. You try to warn people about the sharks around them too, because you're very intuitive. So part of your life purpose is to help warn people and to help guide people, yeah. But you guys feel like you get left in the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords actually came in reverse, so you're coming out of this Ten of Swords, which is like a terrible, I mean, look at that. This person's basically got just stabbed. So I think it's like you feel like when you try to help people, and you guys really do try to help people a lot, collective, a lot of times you get left and they just turn around and stab you in the back and they leave you for dead, and you're just like kind of isolating yourself. But Spirit wants you to get out more, come out of the desert, realize that you can start over, that there is all this growth and all this opportunity around you after you come out, okay? Clean yourself up, come out, see the opportunities that lie ahead, okay? Because the Ten of Swords talks about just somebody just trying to defeat you. I think a lot of the people in your life have not wanted to see you do well. I mean, they've wanted to see all you down like this, just down on the ground with swords in your back. But you guys are what came in reverse. So these swords are coming out. And Spirit is helping to take these swords one by one out of your life and to move you into a better place, okay? So you have to be ready to do the growth. I think a lot of you have done a lot of work on yourself. You're continuing to do that. I think you're helping others along the way, which is really great. But I do think you guys have had, like most of the people that you've had, when I think of the Knight of Swords, I think a lot of you guys have had people coming in and out, just not someone really who wants to be steady. I think some of the people around you have been kind of reckless and just, you guys are kind of standing your ground. The sword is up. You're kind of ready for battle. You're just feeling like you need to be a little bit defensive in your life. You're feeling a little bit defensive, yeah. And the Sun in reverse. So yeah, you guys maybe y'all are afraid of being happy, or you're just thinking, when will I feel that full sun? Because the Sun is one of the best cards in tarot, and it's in reverse. So, you know, and when I look at this particular Sun, it's like this person's running a darn marathon through the desert, fully clothed, looking like she's about to die. But she is making it, and she's got her little birds there, her little spirit guides. So even when you guys feel like your life is not full of sunshine, and it's not just sunshine and rainbows, you have your spirit guides there to help you and guide you. See that? Maybe you guys have been working out, running more, exercising more, but this person looks to be in pretty good shape. But usually the Sun, you think of like a child on a horse in the traditional version of this. But this deck, I think it's like you guys have been running the good race, and I do think you're about to come into the sunshine. I feel like this card, because it's in reverse, is about to be turned the other way. But you guys have to stop being quite so defensive. Be willing to get out more. Be willing to just put a little bit more effort and be a little bit more consistent. Yeah. And maybe think about collaborating with other people, coming out, trying to work with other people, going out maybe in groups and starting to meet more people in groups, and, you know, finding ways to invest your money, maybe with other people, or get some advice with other people. But I do think, you know, Spirit wants you to be more open, because see how this person's like really kind of closed off about like maybe not even wanting to collaborate, not even wanting to try, just like no, arms crossed. Like they say when you do this, you're kind of like blocking other people with your body language. And she's not even, her eyes aren't even open. So maybe you guys, Spirit is seeing you're closing yourself off, and you're missing out on opportunities around you, and you're not even giving certain situations a chance because you've already like closed off to collaborating. And these could be things that could actually lead to helping you make more money and could make you more financially abundant, and you could find other ways of improving, not just like your you know, friendships and stuff like that. But these things could actually, these collaborations could lead to more financial success in your life. You see what I'm saying? But I think a lot of you are still healing. So there's some healing going on still, okay? Queen of Swords, yeah. You guys, well, this is like a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, air sign, but this is somebody who really has their sword up. You guys are defensive. I think you're tired of people coming in and out of your life. You're tired of people leaving you with swords in your back. You're tired of immature people. And granted, I mean, this guy looks like he has a lot of potential, but you guys are tired of looking and seeing all this potential that's unused, and seeing people that have they have so much more potential, but they're doing so little with their lives. And so you guys are just kind of defensive. You're kind of like, no nonsense, not putting up with it, just sitting over here, your head's turned away, you're kind of focused on I think you're kind of like focused on yourself right now, and focused on self-care, your home, your own environment. You're focused on being warm to yourself and spreading warmth like with those very, very close to you, rather than collaborating right now. But I think Spirit wants you to be more open to collaborating with other people around you. Yeah, you guys are trying to avoid some kind of tower. Or someone around you could be avoiding some kind of tower moment, which a tower moment is like I think your life is about to change in a way, because when a tower hits you, it's like a change that you cannot avoid. You know, like it's something that the universe throws at you that kind of is maybe usually unexpected, or it could be something just that you don't feel prepared for necessarily, but it's thrown at you, and it's done to help you to grow spiritually. Also could be that you guys avoided a tower. I think a lot of times when you felt like you were in this Three of Swords energy, you felt like you were betrayed, it was actually protection. It was actually how you avoided a lot of tower moments. So as many tower moments or difficult moments collective as you feel like you've gone through lately, it's actually been to help avoid a really big life-altering tower. Like you're dodging bullets. And it doesn't seem like it to you, but yeah, the universe is helping you to avoid tower moments. And I feel like there's a couple of situations in here with family members, other people, because this card came out, which is Seven of Wands, like being defensive. And like in this card, feeling like you have to defend yourself, stand up for yourself. I feel like you guys have done that. But I feel like you've been fighting demons, like basically demon slaying. I mean, this is spiritual battle that you've gone through, a really hard spiritual battle. And you're wondering, like, when is the sun going to come out? When am I going to be able to stop avoiding these tower moments? When am I going to be able to just sit in peace and take my sword down and, you know, put my sword down and get my celebrate, have this card up right where I can go out and party and have fun? And it's just like y'all are kind of weary right now a little bit, right? And but I do feel like y'all have defeated a huge demons in your life, maybe even 7 of them, even though there's only 2 in here. I think you guys have gone head to head with some seriously hard, like demonic, straight from hell type energies. And you guys have actually defeated it. And I know you feel weary and you feel like you want to rest and you have your sword up and you're ready to keep fighting. But I think Spirit wants you to slow down a little bit and get more into the Queen of Cups energy. Now, I told you the King of Cups is here. So it could be maybe God is about to send in someone who matches your energy, or more people that match your energy. It doesn't have to always be romantic. Like if you're at a job and you feel like you've had workers around you that haven't been great workers, or you felt like you're always at war, always fighting, I feel like Spirit's about to move you around people who are more a match, more like this, more mature, where y'all are both more loving and things flow better, and y'all are more emotionally balanced than all this fiery fighting and conquest and putting swords in people's backs and immature offers and someone coming to work and they don't know what the heck they're doing, or they're starting a love relationship and they're like acting like a toddler when they're 50 years old. or whatever it could be, or your children acting when they're 30 and they're acting like they're 12. All these situations which have caused you so many tower moments. It's like you're ready for the peace and the flow. You're ready to match. You're ready to be matched spiritually with people who are at your level of growth. So Spirit's either going to be sending in friends, spirit tribe people that are just like friends, better coworkers, better, well, you can't really get better relatives, but like maybe your relatives are going to start growing up. The ones that you deal with, they're going to start matching your energy and start getting more spiritually evolved. And the ones that are not, I feel like it could be a tower moment for them, because you guys are definitely coming out of this fighting and warring energy. Yeah. But I do think there's other people in your life who've mistreated you, who are trying to avoid tower moments, because it's in reverse. Look at this guy. He's been stabbed, and he's been stabbed in the heart. It's pretty bad. Like, he's pretty much done for a tower, right? The tower, usually you see them falling out of the building and burning to death. This is more like a lot of stabbing going on here, which is why you're so defensive over here with your sword, because people continually coming at you right at the heart, trying to steal and take your life force away from you, okay? But I feel like the people that have done this to you are trying to avoid these tower moments, but they're coming. And you're not going to have to be quite so defensive. Okay. Let's see. What's the final? Yeah, so you guys are also focused on your money right now, King of Pentacles. And I think that's really what you've been focusing a lot on money and working and just making better financial decisions and being stable, like making sure your kids are stable. You've really been like having to basically financially support a lot of other people in your family, yourself, others. And I think you've been doing it with very little help. Spirit's been helping you, of course. Because, yeah, I think you guys have been around people with King of Swords. You've been around a lot of narcissistic people, people who are reckless, abusive, immature, bad with money, childish, reckless with their mouth, just make bad decisions, doing things that are not for their highest good or your highest good. And maybe in the past you guys have had some of this energy too, where you've made some reckless decisions or whatever. But you guys are growing out of that, okay? You're ready to put the sword down and be less defensive. You're ready to come more into your intuitive and get more into a loving energy instead of being so focused on money and so focused on defending yourself and keeping yourself stable and worrying so much about stability. Spirit's bringing you into a place soon where I'm trying to figure out like what the time frame I'm hearing. It's different for everyone, but I mean, like I would say in the next 3 months to 7 years. So it's different for so many different people, but anywhere from 3 months to 10 years, actually, 7 to 10 years. But within that time frame, you guys are going to be less focused on defending yourself, worrying about third-party situations, worrying about being in your head and your stability and thinking, how is this chicken gonna feed my whole entire family for a month? You know what I'm saying? And so you're gonna come out of that energy of worrying so much about financial things and such, and your stability and like not having to be so harsh and so defensive. And you're going to get more into this loving energy, and your spirit's sending people who are more, want to share their cup, want to be equal with you, want to have balanced blue skies, you know, happiness, not all this dry fire, desert, swords, you know what I'm saying? Towers, getting stabbed. That's what I believe is coming for you in the next 3 months to 7 years, depending on your situation. I mean, you know, this is a general reading, so 7 of Cups in reverse. So yeah, like you guys have had a hard time picking. I think some of you guys have picked the wrong situations You've picked a lot of these people in this King of Swords energy in reverse, which is like someone, like I said, very reckless, kind of narcissistic, abusive, cruel, very selfish, harsh, someone who's very impulsive, someone who only cares about themselves, someone focused solely. So those kind of people is who you've chosen in the past, but you're not going to be choosing this anymore. You're not going to be putting yourself anymore in third-party situations and people betraying you. You're coming out of this energy, because remember how I told you about the cups? And there's a Queen of Cups and a King of Cups. So you're either going to be getting with your counterpart or getting with somebody or getting around people who are more energetically aligned to you. Can't find them. Where'd he go? Yeah, King of Cups. And so look at this water and see he has all those fish that he wants to share. You have chosen the wrong fish. You've chosen this white, pale, awful fish. And not the fish that would have brought you the magic, because see, all the magic and all the goodness came out of your cup. Your cup got flipped over. So Spirit is coming to restore your cup, to put it upright, to fill it. Look at all the water around them. And if you notice, this Queen of Cups here, which represents you, she doesn't have sharks around her. She has come out of that. So it could be that there's still people around you who have the sharks around them. There's people, this person and some of these people that you're going to be meeting are not quite at the level spiritually where you're at. They're not quite as peaceful. She looks a little bit more peaceful than him, right? He looks like he still has some work to do. Things are still a little turbulent over here. Here, it's like dusk is coming on. The sharks, they're out of the water. She's in more shallow water. She's about to get out and go onto the beach with her cup. That's the energy where you guys are coming. If you notice, she's looking up to God, like, thank you, God. And she's holding, herself, like, her throat chakra, like, thank you, God. Praying and saying, thank you for protecting my throat. Giving me the courage to choose the right fish, to make the right choice this time, and to get around people who are wanting to heal too. Some of them may not have healed fully. They're still dealing with these sharks, but they're wanting to get on your level and get spiritually where you are. And that's good because they're in the upright. In the past, you have chosen things that have emptied your cup, and now Spirit, because you've done the work, you moved to a peaceful place, you've rid yourself of the sharks. Now you have the good fish around you, okay? And so now you're coming out of that turmoil, okay? And I feel like those tower moments where it's just like tower after tower, those moments are of the past. And I feel like the tables have turned for the people who have mistreated you, the people who've been selfish, abusive, not cared. I feel like the tables are turning, and karma is here to balance those scales, okay? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles, because you guys have put in the work. And I feel like you are working very hard, but I feel like people are pocket watching you. And the reason I think that is, like, if you look in this version of Seven of Pentacles, like, look at this bull. It almost looks like a demon. Like a little, I mean, it is definitely an animal, but it could even almost look like a demon, because look at its face, and it's like, like looking over her shoulder. Kind of like, when you're cooking and your kids come in and they're like looking, oh, Mom, what's that you're making? I want a taste of that. And I feel like people are pocket watching you. They're watching your growth. They're watching your money grow. They're watching you get enlightened. And when I look at these pentacles, I mean, some people say, well, pentacles represents money, which it does, financial stuff. But I don't think it's just monetary. I actually think people are seeing growth on all levels. Your health is improving. Your relationship with your family members that you're close to are improving. Your relationship with your kids. You're doing your work ethic is improving. Your work skills are improving. Everything is growing because you've put the work in, and you've kept your innocence. You've kept, not really your innocence isn't the word I'm looking for. You've kept your holiness and you've stood on your morals. And when I say morals, I'm not talking about like, sins, all the different sins. I'm just talking about the things you truly believe in. Like you haven't, been cutthroat with people. You haven't been stabbing people in the back and pretending to be fake. You haven't gained all this through any other way than good old-fashioned hard work, working on yourself, working to be a better person, working to be a better parent, working to be a better coworker, working to be a better, steward with your money, working to be a better cook, working in everything. You've put in work the good old-fashioned pure way, not by like stepping on people, sleeping your way to the top, lying on people, manipulating people, doing things that are, being greedy, being selfish, being abusive. You've done it the enlightened way. And people are noticing that and they're watching. They're watching your growth. They're also watching your money. Okay. And let's see what else is going on in here. Yeah, because see, they know you're a healer, and you see these pentacles have stars in the pentagram, and then what is this animal here? This beast is thinking about these pentacles that she's worked for. But what does this beast want? This beast just wants to come take them. So collective, this is a warning to be careful of people wanting to come in and take the things you've worked actually very hard for and have done it in a diligent, upright way. Not in a way where you just inherited it, or you were a trust fund baby, or you just married a rich man, or you got a sugar mama to help you, or whatever. You actually put the work in, got dressed, showed up, spent the time, did the physical work, you were just with your clientele. You truly did your work with integrity. And that's in all areas. Like I said, spiritually, like you had integrity with your family. You put the work in with your kids. You put the work in to help, your home. You clean your own home. Right? You've done things. Not that there's anything wrong with having like help and stuff, but I'm just saying you've actually done this on your own. It's not like you had someone give it to you. You had someone do everything for you. And that's why people are watching. Pocket watching your money, watching your growth. I think some people are admiring you and some people are wanting a piece of it. So you have to be very mindful. That's part of you with the sword over here, like, oh no, I'm watching you. See how she's got her eyes, her sword over here and her eye over here on this beast. The eye on her money too, right? On her work or her affluence or her, just her growth. She doesn't want someone coming in, collective. You don't want someone coming in and tearing down everything you've been working really hard. I would say at least the last 10 to 12 years, 10, 15 years. So that's that. So let's see. Yeah, Two of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like maybe you've had to make hard choices. You've had to choose. I think you guys chose the light. You chose to go into the light, to do things the right way, the ethical way, the moral way, the kind way, what you felt to be right, okay? What you felt to be just to other people, and Spirit's rewarding you for that. Other people around you chose darkness. And this is yin and yang. You've balanced out your shadow with your light. You're still working on it. You're healing yourself. But you're putting in the work to balance your yin and your yang. And your male and your female energy. We both have male and female energy in us. And when it gets out of balance and we act too masculine as females, it's very hard to have a romantic relationship. And when it gets out of balance as males and we act too much in our feminine energy and we want to be weighted on hand and foot and we're selfish and we don't want to work and we expect the woman to do everything, then we're too much in our masculine energy. So these energies have to be balanced. Like we have to balance receiving and giving, right? You guys have learned how to balance it in the past. Maybe you struggle with that, but this is in reverse. So this is something you've conquered. struggling and feeling like you have to choose dark over light, and what should I do and what is right. Like you're learning instinctually and intuitively with your cups here, and you're in your peace. You're peaceful now about it. It's not so hard for you to choose the light over the dark. Okay? All right, I'm gonna do one more card because it's almost an hour. Oh, I get messages. Yeah, so 2 of Cups. So I believe you guys are about to get balanced. You've balanced in your life. You're going to have balance in your love life, your family life. You're going to balance your yin and yang. You're going to feel like your work is more balanced. And this is part of your reward, guys, for choosing the light, for working on yourself, for getting yourself out of this victim mentality. Feeling like a victim, feeling hopeless, feeling like you couldn't do it, feeling like, oh, this is too much work, I can't. You didn't choose the easy way out. You guys chose the path of you did not choose the path of least resistance. Excuse me, you did not choose the easy path. You chose the path less chosen, less traveled. That's what I'm trying to say. You chose the path less traveled, not the easy way out. Not the path of least resistance. Even though there was a lot of resistance in your mind, it felt impossible, you reversed that. You got yourself out of this. You realized, well, I have a chicken. One in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'm going to take this chicken. I'm going to feed my family. I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to get myself out of this. I might be a little bit blindsided. Maybe you were blindsided because you see how one of her eyes is covered? You were blindsided. Maybe that tower, you didn't expect that tower moment, all those tower moments, but you pulled yourself out of it. And God is very, very proud of you, okay? Very proud of you. Your spirit guides have been helping you. Yeah, and so 5 of Wands in reverse. So to me, when I think of the 5 of Wands, I just feel like even though you've had people, I think of 5 of Wands as like family. A lot of you guys have had maybe not a lot of very supportive family. Because like if you look, all these women are kind of like, she's just look at them like, what? And they're all surrounding her and kind of keeping her stuck and kind of like not wanting her to get out, and it doesn't look like they're sending her loving, kind energy. She's looking at them like, what? With a side eye there. Can you see? And so when I think of 5 of Wands, it's just like you've had people around you competing, trying to drag you down, struggle. But this was in reverse. So you're coming out of this energy where you're allowing people to put you in competitive situations. You're not going to compete. You're not comparing yourself with other people. You're not allowing family members to put you in competition. You're not trying to be better than. You're not allowing coworkers to try to make you feel like you have to be better, worse. You're just being yourself. You're coming out of all of this like combative competition, who's better, who is more worthy. You're starting to know that you're worthy no matter what anyone in your family says, no matter what other people, your coworkers, no matter what your friends think. You're not caring so much what people think about you, collective. And that's part of this great growth that you have done. Now, I'm just going to get a couple of what's the tea messages. And then I promise I won't let you go. It's almost an hour, okay. What's the tea? What's the tea? What's the tea? What's the tea on you, collective? Now, this could be the tea, just what's going on around you. It doesn't have to be you, but we'll see. What's the tea on collective right now? What's going on? Maybe some things you don't see. Ooh, dirty offer. And that's weird because remember that one card where all those hands were up there trying to pull and the dogs were fighting off? Yeah, so watch out for a dirty offer. Someone might be giving you a dirty offer, which is what I was saying. All that growth in that one card here where someone's looking over, seeing all the progress you've made and wanting to come and give you a dirty offer. And I told you, immature people coming in, like the Page of Cups is a very immature love offer. Jingo. That's Jingo Boo. Jingo no. He always comes around when I do cards because he helps me to connect to the other side. He's very, very, very spiritually connected. But every time I do cards, he comes around. It's so funny. Okay, yeah. So you guys got a very immature, like, a lot in the beginning, all those offers, and why I was saying, like, you didn't feel like you want to go out, you didn't feel like you wanted to be dating, you didn't feel like you want to be your own friends, you kind of just want to stay home in your bed and, like, stay yourself. And it's because you feel like you're getting dirty offers, or you're getting, like, Page of Cups, like a very immature, young, childish, not, and then you also got the Page of Pentacles. This is somebody who's not really financially stable. I mean, they're just starting out, they're young, they're kind of immature with their money. They may look good, but it's still a dirty offer. You know what I mean? It's going to put a lot of work. Like, if you're over here in the Queen of Cups, I mean, you've gone from a page to a queen, a child to a queen, which means you've gone through way more growth than this dirty offer that's trying to come your way. So be aware of that. Okay. Since it's 55, I'm going to keep going to an hour, since I might as well keep all for an hour. If anybody watches this whole darn thing. Okay, yeah, there's a spiritual hater. I told you that. That's that person looking over, in that card, looking over their shoulders. These are spiritual haters in your family. The 5 of Wands. Remember, I told you, then this one here, 7 of Wands, you've been going up against these spiritual haters. Serious spiritual warfare, guys. Look at that. I mean, these people are face to face with you, not giving in. And this spiritual hater hates on your spirituality, your light, your magic, and your power. I feel like this is a female. Could be your wife, could be a friend, could be a sister, mother, even your own daughter, could be an aunt, cousin, could just be a best friend, could be a boss, could be just your grocery store clerk. I don't know. It could be your housekeeper. But watch out for this person, because they could be trying to do some kind of spiritual work to like see that you always get like dirty offers, or you don't get a good offer, so that you're just getting these immature things coming around you, immature people, selfish people, people who are surrounded by sharks. And like I told you, you guys have sharks around you, spiritual haters. Watch out for someone with braids. This person has braids in their hair. Okay, and maybe they wear really heavy makeup. They wear a lot of makeup, especially eye makeup, a lot of jewelry. They try to act like they're the light and that they hold the light, but really they're actually a very much hateful, miserable person, and they do not like your light and your growth, collective. They don't like how powerful you are in the spiritual world, okay? So you need to watch out for that person, protect yourself. I'm sorry, I shouldn't bang the cards. I hate when other readers do that, and I'm doing it. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, thief. So there's thieves around you, and I told you in that card, they're pocket watching you, wanting to steal, and not just talking about money. There are people around you, the spiritual haters around you, who want to steal your time. They want to steal your essence. They want to steal your energy. They want to steal, your physical strength, your emotional strength, okay? They want to play. Remember I said immature? Look at how young. And you have outgrown this. That's why you're in your car like, yeah, no, I've outgrown this. You're not going to steal anything from me. Boundaries. So boundaries are very important for you at this time, collective. You've got to be careful of people who are energy vampires. And that's what you've been dealing with. And they leave you every time, these kind of people. And that's why you're defensive over here. And a lot of you are resting and not wanting to get out, because you are tired of these snakes that you've had to, and you have chosen wrong in the past because you didn't realize they were snakes. And they're trying to, like I told you, strangle your throat chakra. They're trying to put a stranglehold on your throat chakra so you can't speak the truth of your spirituality, okay? Oh, look, see the hands on there trying to steal? But your spirit guides, you have spirit protectors. Maybe like these, what do they call them? They're dogs. I forget what that is. Aroombas or Anuba. Anuba, maybe? It's Anuba. I'm sorry, I'm terrible. Anubas. I think that's what they are. But anyway, it doesn't matter. They're dogs, And they see the truth. See the moon? This is secret. They see, and the spirit world sees these people with their hands, their grubby little hands, and they are keeping them away from you. They're protecting you. Collective. Okay, one more card, and I gotta let it go because it's an hour. Last message, Spirit. Give us something important. Don't we love spirits? We're so good. I love him. Her. Spirit, God, our creator. You are a queen rising collective. Yes, or king. You could be a king rising too. And look, cup. Remember how we talked about the Queen of Cups? Getting out from the sharks, getting away from the sharks. Yeah, you're stepping into your power. You're being praised. The spirit world is praising you. They're so thankful, collective, that you're chosen, that you're growing spiritually, that you've done this work. And you are going to you are in the spotlight. You're going to be even more in the spotlight. Great things are coming up for you. All those harsh tower moments that have helped you to grow so much but have been really hard are over. Okay? You guys are coming into your power and you are rising up. Rise up, my kings and my queens. I love you guys. And this was a fun message. And I'm glad I skipped work. Can't always go to work. Sometimes you gotta work at home, right? All right, I love y'all. Bye. Namaste.